Hi guys, this is Kimberly. I'm going to be doing pile two's energies for the never ending pick a pile. So let's get started. We'll look at your crystals. They just come flying out, and I'm going to read them in constellation over there. Okay. I feel solitude. Um, Definite solitude. And you've got options around you, but you pull back from them. Let's see. You've got an option around you, but you're pulling back from it. And something seems murky to you. This is for pile two. For pile two. Pile two's current energies. Well, we got Angel Oro Quartz that's lighting up. So maybe that's what I'm saying. You have a lot of opportunities around you, but you're pulling away from it. You think it's to stay grounded. First card out is Amazonite. Loosen your grip. So, and that's similar to what is laying here. That you're holding something. They step forward. And then you got red jasper. Take actions. So, and with the snowflake obsidian dispersing into another energy, that's exactly what you're doing here. Step forward. So something you're taking a leap with that you've been holding on to for a long time, and I think you know it's a long time. Current energies are, you might have prosperity coming to you. It's time to transform something, Malachite. But also, you could have financial stability there coming that you didn't think you're having. Something of financial ability that you didn't think you were having. It's almost a grateful, it's luck too, Malachite. But it's a good energy to have. Let's see what the outside energies are. Trial phase. And that's allow yourself to receive. So, is there somebody around you that's asking you for too much that you don't have? Or is there a responsibility that's too much that you think? Something's too much. Let's see. One more for the outside energy, please. Okay. Underneath the deck, we have the Golden Healer Quartz. So, some doors are going to open up here, and I feel that with the Malachite, but be careful of surrounding energies. Is there a trust that you're feeling or they're feeling that you have? Is there a distrust somewhere here that needs to be healed with this golden healer energy? Look at a smaller aspect. There's some outside energies that work well with you that you feel grateful for, okay? That help balance things that you needed to ground. So I don't know where that's coming from, but that did come in. Could be family too. You have to make a decision with something, and I think the other person does too. So there's a decision on the board with two of you because this is the outside energies. Overall factor is trying to heal something, so reconciliation is on the board here. And you've been initiating it, not them. They've been dispersing just shortcomings. shortcomings. Let's see what this block is here. Outside energy to pile 2. Outside energy to pile 2 by the crowd face here. We got deceit. We got something that's wounded, something that's rigid, something to remind yourself, you know, to remind you of something, of usually who you are, individuality. There has to be an understanding on the board. There has to be an understanding on the board. Someone looking at you knows that you're wounded. Knows there was deceit in it. They know it. How do you feel? You've come to a conclusion already. It was complicated too. You know, you had to reflect a lot on that, but you came to a conclusion on it. Malachite energy. Okay. So it's the end. It's really to the end. You got listening, and you got the fledgling at the end of the beginning here. So it went on for a long time. Maybe 3, 4 years. They're listening. They're not being playful. Okay? You got the Princess of Fire, the next one out. And I believe that's your energy. They're in denial about something. Or, you know, there's denial on the board here. Something that maybe was revealed. Oh, look, I want to put the moon back. I want to put the moon back. So something that's been revealed and understanding now. There's an understanding because something was revealed. And that's how the outside energy is looking at it. They're not pleased with it. But they are recognizing that fact in conclusion. And then you have a beginning here that's almost protecting. Protected was faded. The faded energy is on the board. Angel Knight, Aura Quartz, lighten up, lighten up. Why is the red jasper so quietly? You know, maybe you're one to block off emotions, or you don't, you know, work on that. You know, you just, that built up energy. Let's see why the red jasper is present. Why is the red jasper present? Red jasper present. Why is that for pile 2? Overloaded, overburdened, responsibilities, stress, burnout, problems, drudgery, obligations, feeling trapped, restricted, dangerous situations, hands tied, you know, paralyzed by fear, anxiety, feeling pressure, powerless and helpless. So is there something that's what you were trying to release? And that's a good energy to almost have to release, because it's like acceptance, it's moving forward, it's not, you know, with the outcomes determined by you, you know, it's such an acceptance, patience. You slowly and surely, you know, there's something, trust needs to come out, you know. There's a 32 here, you know, and it's one person's going one way and one person's going this way. It's, you know, in an idea, and that's how you feel, is wishy-washy. Something is wishy-washy. And that's what you want to ground. Yeah, it's an energy that you know, an energy, a wounded energy that you want to ground. You know, the energy is present for it with the golden healer. So something you were wounded with, you know, impassion could be, business could be, financial restraints could be. Health issues, take it as it resonates. I'm not a doctor. You know, whatever health means to you. Somebody had no choice. They felt they had no option. You know, they were blocking something. Blocking patience. You know, triggers. Be careful with triggers too. Careful of triggers. Yeah, you don't want to manifest that. A magician upside down. Moving forward. Why is the moon here upside down for the outside energies dealing with pile 2? Why is the moon here upside down? Can we have one? Well, something wasn't, you know, it wasn't blessed. It wasn't the right, I want to say aligned. Something wasn't aligned. You know, it was deceit in it, you know. There was a wounded warrior on both sides. You got the four swords on both sides, outside energy and this side energy. Whoever you're, you know, this is you, I feel. You got a new beginning and a new closure. You also got something of luck coming for you. And you don't think it's luck. You think you earned it. You're almost wounded to say it's luck. You don't think it is. You think that's incomplete. One more on that? Yeah. You're releasing control over it. The conclusion. Releasing control over the conclusion. You know, and that might get one rigid, so be careful with that. Yeah. It can cause deceit. There's deceit and deceit here. So that's weird that it's on both sides. So this really isn't an alignment. Definitely not an alignment. Blocks all over the place. I mean, the universe has been telling you and telling you and telling you about something, that this isn't a gift. This isn't the way they want you to go. They revealed something to you, right to you. Okay. Well, here's a gift coming at you, right? You didn't know it. You know, you would juggle it, now you're thinking about it. Is it a gift? Isn't it a gift? Is it a gift? Isn't it a gift? You have something coming to you, so it's a missed opportunity here. If you don't let something go. King of Swords upside down. There's no clarity in something. No clarity in something over here that you're dealing with. Could be a soulmate. Could be a twin flame energy, because you know there's deceit on both sides. It's just a union that I don't think should happen. A lot of deceit, a lot of, you know, blocks in it. No love here, right there on the board. But then you got the Lovers over the Ace of Cups upside down in your outside energy. So there's something of a friendship. There's something of a family dynamic. I keep getting that, you know, family dynamic. Let's see if it's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. There is a left out feeling in the celebrations happening, you know. And some people don't want to manifest. Sorry. That's what I just got. Some people don't want to manifest. Could be a younger person involved. You know, someone's doing it all by themselves. They're restricting their own movement. Hermit energy. Yeah, it's painful for them too. Like again, whoever you're dealing with is dealing with more than you think they are. Whoever you're dealing with, number pile 2, is dealing with a lot more than you think they are. You know, there's a let it go feeling here that needs to happen. All that, you know, all that on that needs to go. The denial, the loss, all of it needs to go. And I think you know that here. I know you're protected. You know, maybe you didn't want to take leadership roles in a family dynamic where you thought you had no choice. Because you wanted something to end. And it's probably the combat and strife. They're not getting along. You know. all that happens. Three cards. There's a wish coming to you, you know. In healing, you noticed, you know, some of your judgments, where you walked away, what was toxic, where it had to end, and where you needed the help. So whoever you are, you're grateful. You knew that something hit rock bottom here with you. It's not only the outside energies. Final thought. I got backstabbing, betrayal, enemies, bitterness, defeat, miscommunication. Now everybody's thinking about each other. They don't want to fight now. You know? They're thinking about whether they should cut it off, whether they should not. King, Queen of Swords. You know, they're trying to protect themselves too and earn their strength, just like you. So you feel something wasn't a victory, but you tried to stabilize it and look at their perspective, but you still think something's unclear. So no matter what they could say to you, at a point, you know, there's a lot of intellectual stuff flying all around here. There's a lot of paperwork. I see paperwork. Mm-hmm. Somebody made a choice, right? And it wasn't a victory, you know, and it was a big choice, and there was a hard consequence here. With the Emperor upside down and the world upside down, it was a hard consequence to go through. Yeah. It was fast coming, fast moving. 1715. Let's see why that is there. Oh, we have somebody coming at you with no communication. You know, you're just concluding things by yourself. And there's some kind of sneaky energy around you. There was something that was very sneaky. You had to defend yourself. You had to display why and bring something together. And it was hard for you to go through. And I think it's known. Something in the past. What does the other person feel about that they're dealing with for pile 2? What do they feel about that? They got 2 cards. Well, they're not happy about it. I'll tell you that. You know, they didn't think that a movement was done correctly. A master movement that wasn't done correctly. And that's what you're worried about. A master movement that wasn't done correctly. I don't know what that is. It could be moving a home. It could be a business. It could be the way you're spending money. Okay? The way you're leading. Take what resonates. I see all work, no play. All work, no play. You got that over here, playfulness, and you know, it's just a shame. All work, no play. You know, and you're juggling this, a new beginning based off worry. Try not to do that. I'm starting to clean up the reading, which means I'm ending it. Thank you at 9:30, 9:40. 1940, sorry. So again, 14. 14s are hard to go through. A lot of changes, a lot of push-pull energy, you know. You know, I could go deeper into this, but I won't. Because there's a family dynamic with it, you know, so I don't want to, if that's the case, and I'm feeling that, guys. That's what's been revealed. Okay. Take Care 2 is very dynamic. Usually 3 gets it, so I guess you got one. Okay, take care.